Hi everyone, and welcome again for another class. Today we will be doing some yin yoga, which is a quite slower pace than any other class that I have done so far. It's a type of yoga that is really good if you have any anxiety or a lot of things going on and you just want to really slow things down. So this type of yoga, we do quite a few less posture than other types, or than a flow, for example. And we stay in those postures about 3 minutes or so. There is no standing posture or no flow, no downward facing dog in this one. Sometimes it can be just to like move a little bit your body, but not today. If you need any props or anything else to bring more support in different postures, you can bring a block as usual. If you don't have any blocks, again, bringing stacking books or anything that you can think that will bring more support. Maybe toilet papers, roll of toilet papers. Also, any blanket or towels might do the trick. If you have any knee issues, we won't be too much on our knees, but just in case. And also, if you do bring a blanket, you can use it for your final shavasana and opening one to cover yourself if you are a little cold. So yeah, we are going to start. If you need any more time to gather your props, just pause it and then come back to it. But otherwise, we will be starting in a laying position comfortably onto your back as usual. I am going to put a little bit of music. I'm not sure if it will be loud enough, otherwise you can put your own. Alright, so we're starting in a laying position, comfortably onto your back. Feet are about mat distance apart or wider. And just letting your feet naturally fall onto their sides. Your palms and arms are facing up onto your sides or slightly away. And just letting your fingers curl into your hands naturally. If this position doesn't feel comfortable for your lower back or any other reasons, try to bend your knees, plant the sole of your feet mat distance apart, and let your knees fall into center, leaning one against the other. Or maybe you'd like to lay in a fetal position onto your right or left side. This is totally up to you. Remember that this is your practice, so do whatever feels the best for you. But once you have found your comfortable position, if you are onto your back, slightly lifting your chest up and tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. And I invite you to softly close your eyes or to soften your gaze. And just starting here by letting your whole body to fall heavy onto your mat. Trusting that you are completely supported by your mat here. And starting to relax each part of your body. starting with the muscles of your face, the muscles of your jaw, your neck and throat, your shoulders, arms, and hands are nice and relaxed. And relaxing the muscles of your back, your abdomen, your glutes, and muscles of the legs and feet. And letting go of anything you have to do after practice, whether it's work, house duties, or maybe schoolwork or homework with the kids. Letting this all go. This is 1 hour that is just for you. Trying to be in the present moment, in the present time. And taking that time to focus on your well-being and on yourself. By focusing on your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. Noticing the reoccurring thoughts, noticing the undercurrent of emotions, and noticing if you're holding tension anywhere in your body. Perhaps in your neck and shoulders, maybe onto your lower back. And today I invite you to dedicate your practice to a loved one. Once you have found that person, repeat that name 3 times in your head. And taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. One more time, deep inhale through the nose and exhaling. And slowly starting to bring your awareness back into the space of the room where you are. Bringing your awareness to all those little noises that you may hear. And finally, bringing your awareness into your body. Maybe feeling the contact of the clothes against your skin. And maybe feeling your skin to the contact of the mat. And then slowly starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Perhaps circling your wrists and ankles. Maybe you like to bend your elbows and your knees. And if it's okay on your neck, perhaps you'd like to slowly turn your head from side to side. Extending both legs long onto your mat. The sole of your feet are reaching for the front of your mat. Sweeping your hands overhead, interlacing your fingers, And give yourself a big body stretch here. Perhaps stretching slightly onto your right side, maybe onto your left. Perhaps yawning feels good as well. Maybe feeling your lower back lifting off your mat. And then on your next exhale, bring both knees onto your chest and hugging both knees nice and tight here. Rolling from side to side or making circles. Just massaging your lower back or lumbar spine. And then keeping your right knee onto your chest and extending that left leg long onto your mat. Both feet are flexed, toes are pointing towards the sky. Then you can use that posture and be active in this posture by pushing through the left heel on every inhale and on every exhale drawing that right knee towards your chest. Or you can be passive here and just letting your feet fall nice and relaxing that left leg onto your mat. Maybe you feel an opening onto your right hip and right quad. Maybe feeling a compression onto your, feeling an opening onto the left side and a compression onto your right hip. Bringing the knee towards more the midline of your body or more towards the outside edge of your body. See whatever feels the best. We're looking for a muscular tension that we can move through. Then you can choose to stay here and still, or you can choose to add a little bit of movement to this posture by bringing your right knee to your side and coming it back to center. Giving a little massage to your right hip. And if you added a little movement, coming back with your right knee to center. The left hand come onto your right shin right hand is extending onto your side. And pulling that right knee with your left hand towards your left side, moving to a twist here. Now trying to stack your hips on top of another. Left hand can keep onto your left thigh to keep your thigh closer or knee closer towards the mat. And gaze can slowly move towards your right hand. To keep going from the rotation of your spine, from the tailbone to the base of your skull. Letting that right shoulder fall heavy onto your mat here. On every inhale, feeling the right side of your rib cage expand. And on every exhale, feeling it contract. If you find your mind to start wandering, coming back to your breath, focusing your mind on your inhales and on your exhales. If you're feeling tingles in your right fingertips, you can bring your hand towards your lower back. More breaths here. And after your 10th or so breath, coming back to center and drawing both knees onto your chest, having them both nice and tight, rolling from side to side, massaging your lower back or lumbar spines. Now knees can be wide or knees can be together. It's up to you. See what feels the best. I encourage you to explore each posture here. And then keeping that left knee onto your chest and extending that right leg long onto your mat here. Good. Again, if you want to make that posture active, both feet are pointing towards the sky. On every inhale, really pushing through that right heel so it reaches the front of your mat. And on every exhale, drawing that left knee just a bit closer towards your chest. If you want to make that posture passive, Just relaxing your feet and relaxing that right leg long onto your mat. On every inhale, feeling your belly rising up towards your thigh. And on every exhale, feeling it lowering and falling. Massaging your internal organs on the second side here. Again, coming more towards the midline of your body with your left knee, or more towards the outside edge of your body. Trying to move through a muscular tension stuck, not a bone-on-bone tension. And again, you can choose to stay still in that posture, massaging your digestive organs, or you can choose to move with your breath. On every inhale, drawing that left knee towards your left side, opening your hip. On every exhale, bringing it back to center. Just massaging your inner hip crease here. A slow movement. Maybe keeping the right hand onto your right hip to keep that hip onto your mat. And I encourage you to explore here the different, like the posture, and moving slowly, trying to find where in that hip you feel a tension that is stuck. Maybe moving a little further, a little back, staying here a couple of seconds, and coming back up, feeling and seeing see what you're feeling. Your body will cue you, listening to those cues, listening to what your body craves in that posture. And if you have added little movements to your left hip, coming back to center, keeping that knee onto your chest, with your right hand grabbing your left shin, extending that left arm towards this side, And then drawing that left knee towards your right side. Moving through a twist here. Again, trying to stack your hips on top of another. Letting that left shoulder fall heavy onto your mat. And if it's okay on your neck, bringing your gaze towards your left hand. Twists are usually calming postures, especially leg twists. If you are feeling anxious, this is a great way to cue your parasympathetic system to turn on. On every inhale, feeling the left side of your rib cage expand. And on every exhale, feeling it contract. Making sure you're taking deep inhales through the nose and deep exhales through the mouth. If you're feeling that your fingers are starting to feel a tingle, you can bring your left hand onto your left hip or to your lower back. And when you feel even on both sides, coming back to center, drawing both knees onto your chest, hugging them nice and tight, rolling from side to side, massaging your lower back, the lumbar spine. And then extending both of your legs long onto your mat here. Sweeping your hands overhead, interlacing your fingers. And walking your feet and your hands towards your left side to become like in a banana shape or a C shape. Good. Letting that right shoulder fall heavy onto your mat. Maybe feeling a nice side body stretch here onto your right side. The left hand can call your right wrist, and right ankle can come over top of your left ankle. Really letting that right shoulder fall heavy onto your mat. Feeling the sensation, maybe feeling a stretch onto your upper hip, right hip. from behind you. Reaching for the back of the room with your hands, reaching for the front of the mat with your sole of the feet. And then walking your feet towards the right side and your hands towards your right side as well. And again, moving into that banana shape or C shape. Now letting that left shoulder fall heavy onto your mat. Maybe the right hand pulls the left wrist. Maybe the left ankle cross over top of your right. This time feeling maybe a nice stretch onto your left side body, your upper hip, maybe all the way to your shoulders and biceps and triceps. And when you feel even, coming back to center, reaching with your hands for the back of your mat, for the front of your mat with the sole of your feet, and then bringing your hands onto your sides. Bringing the sole of your feet together onto your mat here, and letting those knees fall nice and wide into a reclined butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana. If this is not a comfortable position, you can stack blocks underneath it, or books, or blanket, whatever brings more support. If you don't have anything, you can make fists with your hands and stack them to the outside edge of your thighs. Otherwise, hands can come onto your sides, onto your belly, overhead, or you can make snow angels with your arms until you find the perfect position for your shoulders and arms. We will try to stay here for about 4 minutes. Now, if this is too much, you can also take a half recline butterfly by bringing your left leg long onto your mat and only keeping the right knee bent here onto the side. And I will tell you after 2 minutes in the middle when to switch legs. And again, trying to focus your mind on your breath if you find that your mind is wandering. This is quite a big hip opener here. And again, with every breath, feeling the whole ribcage system expand. And with every exhale, feeling it contracts. We are about 2 minutes in. If you are doing half reclined butterfly, switch legs. Maybe closing your eyes here if it feels good. Taking deep inhales and deep exhales. About 30 more seconds here. Really sinking into your posture for the last 20 seconds. Surrendering into that posture. Good. Once you're ready, bring your hands to either side of your thighs, bringing your knees and thighs back up. Feet come mat distance apart and windshield. Widen your knees from side to side. You can go as slow or as fast as you need here. Good. And then rolling onto your right or left side into a field position, and then pushing yourself to a sitting position here. Once you're here, swinging your legs out to the side or rolling over top of your shins to come to a tabletop position. Wrists come underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And on your inhale, dropping your belly towards the mat, gaze and tailbone go up. Exhaling, belly back in, running through your shoulders and your spine, gaze and tailbone down. Inhaling, dropping your belly towards the mat, gaze and tailbone up. Exhaling, belly back in, running through your shoulders and your spine, gaze and tailbone up, down. And keep going into those cats and cows. Really being mindful, feeling your back and your spine arching and rounding. Connecting your breath with your movement. On every inhale, really letting your belly fall nice and heavy towards the mat. And on every exhale, really arching that or rounding that spine like an angry cat. And then you can stay here with a cat and cow, or we can add a little variation to that cat and cow. So on your inhale, dropping your belly towards the mat, gaze and tailbone go up. Bringing your gaze towards your left hip. Coming back to center. Exhale, rounding your spine. Inhaling, dropping your belly towards the mat, gaze and tailbone up. Bringing your gaze towards your right hip. Coming back to center. And dropping your gaze and tailbone towards the mat, rounding your spine. And keep on going here. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine or a flat back. Bringing your knees right distance apart, big toes to touch. Sitting back onto your heels and walking your hands towards the front of your mat. Letting your forehead rest heavily onto your mat here. I will be lifting up my head so you guys can hear me. But a couple of options. First of all, if your forehead doesn't quite make it to your mat, stack your hands underneath it, or fists. Or you can place a book or anything that brings a bit more support. If having your arms extending in front of you doesn't feel good for your shoulders, bend at your elbows, any angles, or you can bring your hands to your ankles or feet. Now again, you can have your knees wide or you can have your knees together onto your mat. Whatever feels the best here. But really sinking into that posture. Letting your belly sink towards the mat. Sinking into your hips. Coming back to your breath. Taking deep inhales and exhales. You can be passive into that posture, or if you want to be active, coming and tenting your fingertips. If you're onto your fingertips, coming back onto your hands. And on your next inhale, shifting your weight forward, coming back into a tabletop, and making your weight all the way down onto your belly. Good. Now extending that left arm onto your side here. Forehead is coming towards the mat. Your right hand comes at your chest, onto the side of your chest. And then rolling onto your left shoulder. Stacking legs, stacking hips. Now if this is a bit too uncomfortable for your shoulder, change the angle. You can even come this way. Whatever feels the best here. Now if you need a bit more, bringing your right foot behind your left thigh or knee pointing towards the sky. And again, if you need a bit more, right hand can come to your right hip and bringing your shoulder blades back together. Or right hand can come behind your lower back onto your mat. If you're really tense in your shoulders, you might feel a compression towards your spine. And then hands, right hand come back towards the side of your chest. Right leg, go back extended and rolling back to your belly. This time extending your right arm long towards the side. Your left hand comes to the side of your chest and begin to roll onto your right shoulder. Again, it might change from one side to the other. If this angle doesn't feel comfortable, change your angle by bringing your arm a bit higher up. And again, you can choose to stay here. You can bring your left foot behind your right thigh, knee pointing towards the sky. If you still need a bit more, bringing your left hand onto your left hip. Shoulder blades are coming back together. Or left hand onto your mat here. Personally, I feel like having your hand onto your hip and bringing your shoulder blades back together brings me a bit more sensation than if I just bring my hand onto the mat. And again, if you're really tense into the shoulders, you might feel more a compression into your spine or into the middle of your upper back. Good. And slowly, if your right hand is onto your hip, bring that hand towards your mat, or on the mat towards your chest. Releasing that top foot and rolling back onto your belly. Now bringing your hands underneath your forehead, bending your knees, and windshield wiper your heels from side to side. Toes are coming back onto your mat. Bring your hands to either side of your chest and slowly coming back to a tabletop position and making your way to a seated position. Good. Taking a sip of water here. And when you're ready, making your way onto your back, again in a laying position. But keeping your knees bent this time. And keeping your left knee bent, bringing your right ankle just underneath your left knee. Your right foot is flexed, toes are pointing towards your shin. And with your right hand, pushing your right thigh away from you. Now being mindful that you don't push your knee, not to put too much pressure onto the joint, but your thigh. If you are feeling enough sensation behind your right thigh or the other right thigh, stay here. If you need a bit more sensation, bringing your hands behind your left hamstrings to thread the needle and drawing that left thigh closer to your chest. And here in this posture, I encourage you to really explore that posture. Maybe staying here, maybe rolling onto your right side slightly, maybe rolling onto left side, and pushing your right hip towards the front of your mat. That might be bringing a bit more sensation, but explore what stretches feels the best for you. Again, pushing yourself enough so you feel a stretch, but not pushing yourself too much so it feels pain. This is an excellent stretch if you have any sciatica issues. You can do that stretch every day. And if that's available to you, with your right elbow pushing your right thigh away from you. Again, changing the angle and seeing maybe a different or feeling a different stretch. And then slowly unraveling. And then this time keeping your right knee bent and bringing your left ankle over top or just underneath your right knee. Foot is flexed, toes are pointing towards your shin. With your left hand pushing your left thigh away from you. And again, it might change from one leg to the other, just allowing those differences with no judgment here. Each practice is different every day, one side from the other. But if you need more, threading the needles, bring your hands behind your right hamstrings and drawing that right thigh closer to your chest. And again, exploring that posture, coming onto your right or left side, seeing what feels different. And if it is available to you, with your left elbow pushing your left thigh away from you. And once you feel even on each side, unraveling, Maybe windshield wiper your heels a couple of times from side to side. And then slowly making your way for your final Shavasana by extending one leg after the other onto your mat. Feet are about mat distance apart or wider. I will be sitting up to guide you guys. So just letting your feet naturally fall onto their sides. Your palms and arms are facing the skies, onto your sides or slightly away. If you have been feeling a lot of anxiety or really anxious this past couple of days, you can bring one hand onto your belly and the other one onto your heart. And if this position doesn't feel comfortable for your lower back or any other reasons, try to bend your knees. Plant the sole of your feet mat distance apart and let your knees fall into center, tenting. Or perhaps you'd like to lay in a fetal position onto your right or left side. This is totally up to you. Remember that this is your practice. It's important that you do whatever feels the best for your body. But once you are ready and comfortable, I invite you to softly close your eyes or to soften your gaze. And like at the beginning of our class, just letting your thoughts float around you. Contemplate them, but allow them to drift away, not holding on to them. Let's try to stay in our little bubble away from the busy outside world just a bit longer. If you have dedicated your practice to a loved one, please repeat it, the name of that person 3 times in your mind, and then gently let it go. And then taking a moment here to thank yourself for stepping onto your mat, for showing up for yourself, and for practicing. And finally, I invite you to take a mental scan of your body and try to relax and release each part of it. Relaxing your toes, the top of your feet, and the sole of your feet. Relaxing your ankles, your shins, and your calves. Circle your knees. Relaxing your thighs, and your hamstrings are softened and relaxed. Relaxing your glutes, your hips, and your pelvis. Relaxing your lower back, and your abdomen is softened with each breath that you take. Relaxing your upper back, your rib cage, and the area of your heart. Relaxing your fingers, the top of your hands, and the palms of your hands. Relaxing your wrists, your forearms, and your elbows. Relaxing your biceps and triceps. And then relaxing your shoulders as you softening them and then allowing them to fall heavy onto your mat. Relaxing your upper back, your chest, and your neck. Softening your face, softening the muscles of your face, your eyelids, and even your eyes behind your eyelids. Deeply relaxing that space in between your eyebrows. And finally, relaxing that jaw by slightly opening your mouth. Knowing that there is absolutely no rush. I encourage you to take as long as you want to, or as long as you need to, in your Shavasana. Enjoying that posture. Enjoying your time to focus on yourself. But once you are ready to come out of this posture and out of your practice, please move slowly as a sign of respect towards your body and yourself. Thank you so much for following this class. My heart is full. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as usual, any feedbacks, comments, or questions are more than welcome. Don't hesitate to comment below the video. From the bottom of my heart, I bow to each and every one of you. Namaste.